Hi, I'm Caroline, and the title of my capstone project is Awareness to Action, Fostering Empathy Through Immersive Learning in Climate Justice Education. This summer, I interned with the Climate Impacts Group, and I focused my capstone research on the question of what are the most effective aspects of a justice-centered climate curriculum. This is very important to understand as we're transitioning into this time where our society and planet have been deeply impacted by climate change, and these impacts are not being felt evenly due to a variety of social factors. This prompts the need to develop a just transition into this time, and part of this transition is through education and ensuring that education gives students the opportunity to learn about power and place as it relates to climate change. So, like I said, I worked with the Climate Impacts Group, which is a research group at the university focused on doing community-led climate research in the Pacific Northwest. And this summer, the Climate Impacts Group was piloting their first year of their Science Justice Summer School program, which was a 2-week-long interdisciplinary program offered to graduate students interested in learning more about climate justice and how that pertains to their respective fields. So, one of the ways I measured effective aspects of this justice-centered curriculum was through program evaluations. By creating evaluation protocols and hosting workshops with students, I was able to gather really great information about what they liked, what they didn't like, and how the program could be improved for future iterations. I determined the evaluation methods I wanted to use by doing research on other successful programs similar to this one. So, for example, other climate justice education programs or summer programs for grad students. And I looked at how these programs were evaluated. So, based on this research, I decided that I first wanted to implement multiple evaluation measures so that each student would have a space to provide feedback where they felt comfortable. The evaluation measures I developed were surveys, talk circles, and a concept mapping activity. I found that talk circles, which are similar to small group discussions, were really great for generating collective ideas and hearing students' reactions to each other's ideas, but not everybody feels comfortable sharing in front of the entire class. So I also offered formative and summative surveys where students could provide feedback and I could assess their learning. And then lastly, I wanted to do a concept mapping activity at the end of the program where students basically reflected on what they learned and what they wanted to do with that information. So, based on the results from my evaluation research, I learned that one of the most valuable elements of a justice-centered climate curriculum is incorporating immersive learning experiences, which include offsite experiences, but also guest speaker discussions, reflective exercises, collaborative activities, and a diverse subject matter. So, as a group, we took trips to Swinomish, the Seafair Indian Days powwow, and we went to see the Black Star Farmers. We heard from at least 2 guest speakers every day, and we offered reflective workshops and debriefs while studying intersectionality, systems of power, Indigenous storytelling, and the circular and regenerative economy. In one of the evaluation surveys, a student wrote, I loved that I got to engage with speakers working on very different topics in climate justice to get their perspectives and approaches. This really expanded my knowledge of research and organizing being done that are adjacent to my work in climate justice. This highlights student appreciation for these immersive learning opportunities, and most students shared their appreciation for these experiences in their feedback. Immersive learning, along with reflection and mindfulness, are key in the development of empathy. This is something I learned while reading up on immersive learning. This is necessary to consider the needs of others and find common ground without erasing differences, which is really important in climate justice work. Program evaluations as a method for synthesizing and analyzing student feedback are incredibly valuable for educators. See Figure 3, which shows a Venn diagram of the impact that evaluations have on other aspects of program design. By creating a program where students had the opportunity to learn within a variety of environments and from different speakers, they were able to immerse themselves into the context of other people's lives and lived experiences. And this all matters because holding empathy in an educational context helps people reconsider previously held perspectives and ideas through immersing themselves into new environments. Moving forward, it's very important that educators prioritize both immersive learning and developing empathy in education. Thank you.